double review time. What's up, guys? We're back with another review, and today we are looking at the Evangelion Asuka and Rei figures. Now, I've been very interested in these since they were announced because I don't own any Evangelion figures. I'm not really the biggest fan of the franchise. I only ever watched the original series and the movie that came after it. I didn't watch anything after that, so let me know if I need to watch those. I don't know if they're worth my time. But I do love the character designs, and I did like what I watched, so I was very interested in getting these figures. And finally, they have arrived, both of them together. I know Rei released a while ago, but she came with Asuka because Asuka came a little later. But they are finally here together, and we can take a look at them, starting with the boxes. We'll start with Rei's box, and I must say I really like the boxes on these. They look super cool. They reflect the aesthetic of the series very well, I feel. You've got some nice blue coloring, some cool graphics on the front. Then, of course, the picture of the figure. Orange background looks cool. Nice little picture of the figure on the side here. You got the back, which doesn't show you really any more than 2 poses, but you do get to see all the faces up close. And then, of course, here's this side. Looks pretty cool, all blue, top and bottom. Now we've got Asuka, and she has a more black box with red highlights. Looks super cool. Side of the box with a picture. Once again, same thing as Rei, pretty much. Looks very cool. Now, I'm very excited to get these open because they look really nice, especially the face plates. So I won't waste any more time, and let's get these open. And here they are out of the box, and wow, these things are small and fragile. I am really scared to break them because they are so tiny compared to other figures. Now, I think the best way to do this is going to be by looking at them one at a time, so let's start with Rei. Just kidding, we will start with Asuka since she's newer. So first of all, aesthetics wise, these figures look insane. I mean, the accuracy on the faces is actually kind of wild to me. Like, it just looks that good. And then the hair also looks super nice. All the details are there. It looks super cool. And then of course, we've got the suit, has all the little details on it. Very cool looking. I love the red on this suit. It looks really nice. Red and black is just an awesome color scheme. And so I already like this figure just based off of that. Overall, everything just looks really nice. Same thing goes for Rei, but she's got the white suit going on, all white and black. Looks really nice. And then of course, you got her iconic just resting face. She just does not have a care in the world, but they captured it perfectly. I love it. And then of course, she's got her blue hair. It looks really nice. I love the paint on it. It gets darker near the ends, which looks super good. And here's the back. Overall, I don't have much to say about the aesthetic on these figures except that they are really nice. So as expected, these two do look great. They captured all the details very well, but let's see what they come with now. First off, let's look at Asuka's faces. So here we've got a regular smiling face. Then she's got a closed mouth smiling face. Then she's got a looking off to the side face where she's kind of frowning. Looks a little embarrassed. Maybe did something she wasn't supposed to. Then here's her yelling face, probably calling Shinji an idiot. Forgive me if I'm wrong about that. It's been like years since I've watched Evangelion. And then here's another yelling face, but this time she's really angry. This is more like a battle cry face. And then finally, she's got like a funny looking off to the side face. She's just not impressed with something. She also comes with a ton of hands, so you've got a couple clasping hands, pointing hands, thumbs up hands, resting hands, more resting hands, and then this little thing, which we'll get to later. Next up, let's take a look at Rei. So here's her default face. Next up, you've got this face, which looks like she's getting a little happier, maybe almost cracking a smile. And now you've got this face, which is another frown, but she's looking up this time, and she looks a little more concerned. I don't know, Rei is kind of very nuanced in her facial expressions. She does not express like Asuka over there. Next off, we've got a looking off to the side face. This one actually has a bit of blush on the cheeks. It is extremely hard to tell, especially on camera, but it is there. And then she's got a surprised looking down face. She looks very concerned. What did she just see? And then of course, she's got an angry face for when she's ready to fight. Now Rei also comes with a ton of hands. Here you've got some relaxed hands, some other relaxed hands, some more relaxed hands, and then these gripping hands, and then these like posed hands. They're kind of hard to tell what they are. And then she also comes with this thing, which we will get into later. Now Asuka and Rei both come with their own stands, which is super sick. You don't see that from Tamashii often. They do not like to include stands, so I'm very glad they included stands here. The setup is a bit weird, but they are still stands, and I appreciate that. So overall, I think these two come with some great accessories. I love all the faces. They look really good, and then the hand options are great. Honestly, honestly, I don't know what else they really could have come with. I mean, you're not gonna get a whole mech with these characters, obviously. So I honestly think they came with about as much as they needed. Let me know in the comments if you're like a massive Evangelion fan and I am just an idiot and I don't remember enough from the show, but I think I'm satisfied with what they come with. Alright, it is time to look at the articulation. She does not look happy about that. These two are practically the same, so I'll go through most of this stuff on Asuka and then quickly go through it with Rei. But let's go ahead and start with the head area. So she can look down about that much, which isn't a whole lot, you know, her chin kind of gets in the way. She can look up a decent amount, but her hair in the back also does get in the way. I hope Rei can maybe do that a little better. And then she can move her head side to side pretty well. Now, I don't actually know what's going on under here, so it looks like we're not using a double ball peg. We are using some sort of ball hinge, so it can get you some good range going forward and back. I'm surprised I was able to get this much back and forth out of that, but it also does look very flimsy, so be careful with these. So this is a little bit later, but I'm gonna cut to it. This is a very good reason to be careful. These two parts can split apart in Asuka's head. I don't know if this will be an issue for anyone else. It's not the end of the world because it can be put back together, but it is very annoying to deal with, so be wary of that. All right, and then next up, we've got her hair. This is something Rei doesn't have because Asuka just has all this extra hair. So this is all on ball hinges. You can kind of just move them all around any way you want. Once again, be careful. I don't know what it is. These figures feel kind of fragile, so they do worry me a little bit. This hair piece also moves around, and then of course you got the back hair that can move up, it can move down, and then you've got these side hairs which can kind of move back and forth. So nothing too crazy, but it is nice that the options are there with the hair. Now we'll move on to the upper body, starting with the shoulders. She can raise her arms that high, which is pretty good. I would say that's pretty awesome. And then she can also spin them all the way around, which is very nice. No butterfly joints on these figures. You get what you get and you don't throw fit. But I don't think it's that much of a detriment. You still can get decent range out of it because their frames are so small. Next up, we've got the elbow, and this was really weird. It is a double jointed elbow, so it works very well, which is awesome. I don't know why they don't do more of this. And then what's funny about this elbow is that it can literally move backwards, so you can break their arms if you want to. I don't know why you'd want to do that though. And then here at the wrist, they can move up and down and kind of just all around. And now my favorite part of any figure, the ab crunch. Let's see if she passes the test. That is honestly better than I was expecting. Not too bad. I will give them that. So what's funny is that they use this like almost like Marvel Legends looking ab crunch. I know it sounds bad, but I mean, I don't actually think it looks terrible. I mean, it kind of just blends in with the rest of the suit, and it does give you a bit of extra range, which is nice. I mean, if you could only use the top here, that's about all you'd be getting, and so I am glad they include that joint so we can at least have a little more movement. She can also bend back pretty well, which is nice. And now this top diaphragm joint can swivel around. This bottom one cannot. It does move around just a little bit, you can see, but it's not too crazy. And now onto the legs, we have got a thigh swivel here, which is kind of weirdly cut, so it can't literally go all the way around, but I guess it's fine for the most part. There is a bit of like exposed whatever that is. As for her actual leg range, she can kick up about that high, which isn't too bad. She can kick back that far, which is actually kind of surprising. I was not expecting that. And then her knee range, wait, look at that. Oh my gosh, she has a double jointed knee. Do you know how rare it is for a female character by Bandai to have a double jointed knee? I can't remember the last time this happened. And what's so funny is that Asuka and Rei sit in robots to fight, but like you got a character like 2B fights on the ground with a sword and they gave her single jointed knees. Nami, single jointed knees. So, you know, this is my call out to Tamashii. Please stop doing single jointed knees. They're very dumb and annoying, and double jointed just better. That's just the way it is. But rant aside, they do work very well. And then finally, looking at the feet, we have got typical ankle rocker, can move that far forward, that far back, and then you've got the classic toe hinge. Very cool. Now I'd say Rei is about the same deal on everything. Whoa, oh my, except she has an extending neck, so a cool little feature there. I actually don't know why she can do that, but yeah, so you can extend Rei's neck for some reason. But yeah, other than that, she is pretty much all the same. Everything works just as well as it does on Asuka, which is very nice, very cool, very awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. Comparison time. I don't have any other Evangelion figures, so I'm going to compare them to a lot of recent SH Figuarts. First up, here they are next to SH Figuarts Joseph, and this guy is an actual beast compared to them. He is huge. Here they are next to the previously mentioned 2B with her single jointed knees. Should have been double jointed, yeah. Then here they are next to the Games Begin Goku. I forget how beefy this guy is. And then here's someone closer to their size, SH Figuarts Killua. He's just a little bit shorter. And then finally, here they are next to Nami, another victim of the single jointed knees curse. Overall, I'd say these two fit very well in any 1/12 scale collection. I think they'll look good with any other figure pretty much. I just don't own a lot of Evangelion figures, but I bet if you do, they will look good with them. Alright, my final verdict on these two is that I think they're great. They look fantastic, they articulate very well, even though there's a couple limitations here and there with the thighs and the head range. It all works really well despite that. My biggest issue is really just the way the heads connect to the bodies. They're prone to coming off easily, but you can put them back on just as easily. So overall, I'm gonna give both Asuka and Rei a rating of 8 out of 10. I think they're just plain great figures, and if you're an Evangelion fan, you should definitely pick both of them up. They come with plenty of stuff, they look great, they articulate very well, there's just so much to love here. And even though it has been a long time since I've watched the show, these figures just make me very happy. The Evangelion designs are just fantastic, and these figures capture them perfectly. So once again, I highly recommend picking these up if you're a fan, or if you just think they look cool. Alright, that's gonna do it for this review. Thank you all for watching. I've got some more reviews planned here in the future. Let me know if you have a specific review in mind next, and I will see you all in the next video.